Where does our education system stand? Did you know that 9 out of 10 school-age children attend public schools? TV personality and public school advocate Montell Williams and the National School Boards Association Executive Director Thomas J. Gensel join us now with so much more. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. But Montell, I want to start with you and just ask what caused you to become an advocate for the public school system?
You know, what people don't know is I've been pretty much an advocate for public schools my entire life. I truly have. I mean, you know, in the public school system itself, I was raised in a little small enclave outside of Baltimore, which was one of the poorest neighborhoods in the community at the time, which was called Cherry Hill, and I moved outside to a place called Glen Burnie. I was bused to school. Public schools is really what made me who I am today. Now, along the way, 20 years ago, I did a speaking tour around the country in about 1,100 public schools across the country, talking to kids about their responsibility and paying attention to their education and staying away from negative youth trends. In the last couple of years, last year, I participated and helped the National School Board recommend the use of the motion picture 12 Years a Slave as a curriculum item in schools. And so, you know, I've been involved because I firmly believe I would not be the person I am today were it not for my public school education. And I want to make sure that kids in this country have the same right and same chances that I do by making sure they have great public education now.
Wow, and that's so great that they have you as the advocate. And I want to ask you, Director Gensel, you know, what does the NSBA do to help local school boards?
Well, I wanted to say very quickly what a local school board is, because a lot of people don't really know that. These are local officials, typically elected officials, and almost always not paid, so this is volunteer work to oversee and govern the work of their local school districts. And I think that's critically important because public education, first and foremost, is a community enterprise. It's a community asset. People want great public schools, they support it, and it's really through these local school boards that happens. So our work is to try to give them the resources and the materials they need to be successful, to work with our state associations of school boards, and to be an advocate for public education. And this campaign that we're running, Stand Up for Public Schools, is an effort to try to make sure people understand our schools are doing a better job today than they ever have before, even though we have raised the bar and we've expected all students to be educated at a much higher level. The problem is a lot of people don't know that because there's a lot of misinformation. So we're thrilled to have Montell as a spokesperson. You can tell how passionate he is because this is critically important that people understand and they will listen, I think, to somebody like Montell that has such great credibility.
For sure. You know,
I think right there with... Go ahead, Aaron.
No, go ahead. I just want to say I'm a parent myself, so what you're saying, you know, really hits home. What can we find on your website as I check it out, standupforpublicschools.org?
Well, there's a lot of material there, good research information about what I'm talking about, the increased performance of public schools to kind of counter some of the arguments of the critics and those who might provide some of that misinformation, and just resources that can be downloaded and used. And we've encouraged school districts and community support organizations to take this and run with it, because the more we can get the word out, the better.
All right. Thank you to both of you so much for your time today. And again, that website is standupforpublicschools.org. And we will have much more right here in Low Country.